You're listening to Screaming Goat Radio with Kevin and Chris, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome to the show endorsed by Howard Stern's cousin's babysitter. Screaming Goat Radio. Don't fuck it up, Kevin and Chris. Tweet the guys during the show at SG Radio LA. We know you have a lot of choices on the internet. So from all of us here at Screaming Goat Radio, we just want to say thanks for choosing us over porn.
Welcome to Screaming Goat Radio, video edition here.
Oh, wow.
Some incredible business we had there before the show.
Are you ready, Kevin? Are you warmed up?
We were entertaining ourselves up there. Hopefully we were entertaining the people out there that are watching.
Probably not.
Probably not, but that's okay. With this very first video edition of Screaming Goat Radio. This is the first one, Chris, the first of many, I think.
We have officially popped our cherry.
We have.
You look good.
Thank you. I feel good. We actually found out, it turns out it's Halloween. People don't know this is not how we look, Chris. This is the first time they're seeing us right now. Maybe this is just how we dress on every show. They have no idea.
That could be. We could be cruising around West Hollywood just like this on the corner.
Now,
Trader Joe's.
Now, people can't fully appreciate your costume because you are, you've got a little more weight around the middle there with that outfit.
Yeah, see, I'm retired.
Yeah.
I'm retired, okay?
Oh, yeah?
Popeye has officially retired. I got so sick and tired of eating spinach.
That
I was just like, I'm eating Rice Krispie treats and sugar daddies, and is that such a thing, right? The sugar
daddies.
Sugar.
I don't blame you on that. I mean, sugar's a nice compliment to something, but I don't know how Popeye eats that stuff, how you eat that stuff all the time.
Yeah. Well, hey, now my arms are a little bit flabbier. As people saw, I'm a little bit slower on the jab.
Yep.
I got a little bit of weight right here, but I'm happy.
And that's the most important thing. That is the most important thing here on our Halloween show, on our first video edition of Screaming Goat Radio. I don't know what I am. I've just kind of pieced it together. I've got a mullet on. I've got a bathrobe.
I was gonna say, you're like
these, not prescription glasses, by the way, either.
You're like a very sporty man of leisure. You're like cruising around in your robe, as if the leisure is so leisurely that it's making you sweat, and you had to wear your headband and everything.
You know what? I'm ready. I'm ready for anything in this outfit on. I'm ready for comfort. I'm also ready if a game breaks out. I've got the sweatband on. I'm all set.
My guess is that is exactly the same look that Hugh Hefner had years ago.
I'll take that.
In his first robe, one night, just tripping out on mushrooms or something like that, and threw on the glasses, threw on that.
You know what? I'm going to go with that then.
Had the mullet rocking.
I am Hugh Hefner 40 years ago.
On coke.
That's what I'm going to go with. I should, I
on
should
put
a little
something.
Should put a little something right there on the upper lip.
He wouldn't just dress like that normally.
No,
necessarily.
Of course not. He'd have to be on something to look like this. But so welcome to Screaming Goat Radio. Welcome to our first ever video edition here of the show. We finished off last episode, Chris. We did our greatest hits. We had a bunch of clips that we played from some of our favorite moments of our radio show. You could only hear those, and if you haven't heard them, I would encourage you to go back on iTunes or through LA Talk Radio
to do that.
But now you can see us in all of our glory here, Chris, on Screaming Goat Radio every single week.
And it is glorious.
It is very glorious, yeah. So we are excited about this for sure. Fancy new digs, fancy new studio here as well. Not bad. I might sleep here tonight. I don't know,
This is nice,
I wonder if they let me stay here.
Well, they don't have a shower or anything like that. I'm not sure I'm going to want to do shows with you in the future.
I wasn't going to shower tonight.
Here and ever showering, but
I mean, I'm sure I can ice bucket challenge every week or so. I'm sure we can figure that out.
Very true. You were the first one to do that live
on the radio.
And then so many followed after that.
Yes. Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff to get to here. We are going to have our Unsung Stories here. Those are the stories on the internet that you have not heard of, but you need to.
You should have.
You should have heard of them, and if you've not,
you need to.
Come to Screaming Goat Radio to hear about them.
However you want to phrase it.
And then Halloween is coming up on Friday, so we have a list, Chris, of the bizarre facts about Halloween that we are going to go through here on the show.
I believe it's super weird
super
things
weird.
you didn't know about Halloween.
Yeah, super weird things.
But I don't know. Bizarre could be a synonym for that. I'm not quite sure. I'm just having fun rubbing my belly over here.
Super weird, bizarre things. We're just going to incorporate it all there into the name of that. And
sounds like we got a lot of stuff here that they don't know that they need to know.
Exactly.
In our first video
that they didn't
episode.
know they need to see now, which they could
Yes.
only hear before.
Well, I don't know if we're going to show them these weird things about Halloween. There's a couple that I don't think I want to show.
Yes.
With you.
Yes.
But who knows?
Who knows?
I might
what
be
happened.
feeling frisky later on.
I hope you will be.
Might do a little show and tell.
I hope you will be. And then Friday, obviously, is Halloween. Do you have any big Halloween plans, Chris, that you're doing?
Huge
Halloween
yeah,
plans.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually going to be studying for the GMAT.
Oh, wow. On Halloween.
Yeah.
Now, are you going as a student studying for the GMAT? I assume that's what you're referring to.
Yes. I've got
going
this detachable desk that I'm going to be wearing around my waist. I'm going to have some GMAT books, glasses, etc. A very stressed out, irritable nature about me. It's going to be good.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
hope
play
I
it
don't
all
run
through
into
the
you.
night.
You sound like you might be someone you do not want to meet in an alley with a stressed out student studying for the GMATs right there. It sounds dangerous.
Or flip side, I could be the student who's stressed out and frustrated, but that really needs a study break with a special someone.
All the more reason why I don't want to run into you there, because
That's
fortunately,
true,
I want to
actually, yeah.
cross my fingers that I'm not that special.
Well, maybe
someone.
not you, but maybe somebody else.
Yeah, well, enjoy that. I guess last year we celebrated Halloween on Screaming Goat Radio. We had a party in studio, so I guess
Yes, we did.
I guess that's going to be a little bit more fun potentially than you studying for the GMATs.
If you're going to go to a party, sure. But where's the party now? What happened? We did it last year. Now we got this crazy, nice new video studio. Nobody
know.
wanted to come hang out with us.
Well, to be fair, we didn't invite anyone to come hang out with us either. So there is that piece of it too.
That is
We
true.
wanted to have this all to ourselves and enjoy it all to
It's a
ourselves.
special thing. We had to write vows.
We did.
We had to write vows to each other for this big step that we've taken.
We did. Yeah. Yeah. We
It's like I see you in a whole new light now.
we want to recite our vows again?
Well, I don't know. We can. We could also renew them at some point.
I like that.
I don't know. I don't want you to go back on them. Is all.
No,
I just wanted to
listen.
bring them up to remind you of what we said. And
I didn't laminate them because I had an extra 35 cents in my pocket and I was passing by Kinko's. I laminated them for a reason because I plan on holding true to them.
because
So
you were serious.
don't worry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, not because you just had to get rid of the loose change in your pocket because
no,
it just
don't.
piles up, and then you're like, "What the heck do I do with my loose change? I got to go to a Coinstar, and that's just annoying."
Don't worry about that. I'm gonna stay true to those. But now, Chris, we are celebrating Halloween, but there is another day we are celebrating today.
Yes, it's our first video show. Yes, Kevin.
There is another day.
Did you
So
bring that up?
There's three things. There's three big ones. We got Halloween, first video show, but there's one more big thing that we're celebrating here. I'm sure you knew this. I'm sure you knew this out there.
I'm sure everybody knew it.
It's National Cat Day today, Chris.
Oh, is it?
It is National Cat Day, yeah.
National Cat Day.
And I think people will remember if they didn't listen to our Greatest Hits episode, they should, but we do have a resident cat lady here on Screaming Goat Radio, one that we have kind of checked in with on occasion.
That we do.
And one that we actually, the clip
What
we
show
had.
doesn't?
It's a staple of
Any reputable show.
any evening drive radio show has a cat lady in their stable, and we have ours as well. And we've checked in with her. We called her to do an intervention last time.
To be fair, we have the best in the business.
We do. She
We
is.
have the best in the business.
She's top of the line. She's turned down plenty of other hosts. She's stuck true to Screaming Goat Radio, and we appreciate that. But
yes, we were scared we were going to lose her.
yeah, I know.
Lose her to the cats.
Yes, to other people or to the cats themselves. Yeah, and so we held an intervention. If you've not heard our Greatest Hits, you should. But I think we should check in with her today, Chris. How do you feel about that? Check in with our cat lady. See how she's celebrating National Cat Day.
Hey, I think it's a great idea if you want to try to make that happen, but I can guarantee you she is celebrating National Cat Day
We're gonna hear lots of meows in the
somewhere
background.
doing something and probably won't pick up.
Oh, well, hopefully we'll be able to reach her. because-
Or Spickles and Tickles are going to pick up the phone and be like, "She's drunk. She left us unattended."
Yeah, I would assume one of them is probably the designated driver here. But here, hold on. I think she's.
I heard
in.
music
She's
and
calling in
cats.
right now.
Hello.
Yes. Lindsay.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy National Cat Day, Lindsay.
Is that you and all your friends?
Are those your little guys in the background?
Well, sounds like a lot of cats on Happy National Cat Day.
Yes. So tell us, how are you spending National Cat Day with Critters and Pickles?
You know, I gave them some water. I gave them some food today. I even cleaned
Wow.
that litter box.
That's a
They seem
special
very
day.
appreciative.
I hope that's not a special day.
Do you not feed them normally? And today you just happened to
No,
do so?
do. I gave them some wet food this time. It was a special day.
Wow. Really
Some wet
spoiling it.
food. All right.
So
Yeah, wet food. I mean,
you
that's what
didn't
they do for
celebrate
cats.
National Cat Day? I mean, it is a day for you as well, not just your cats, but to celebrate owning, hopefully, 2 cats. Hopefully you've not taken the plunge yet.
Yeah, Kitty Catty is not around yet.
Kitty Catty is not around, although I read that Uber delivers free kittens to you, so I was
man.
kind of wondering if I could
Watch
get
out.
on that.
Hold on. Is that just today? Is that a National Cat Day special, or Uber will just deliver your cat whenever?
Could we get one right now, Chris? Could we get a
Let's
cat
call
from the
Uber.
studio?
Let's hang up on Lindsay and get a cat.
Yeah, right now in studio.
I would love if you sent me a kitten via Uber, actually. Why don't you do that?
Yeah? Well, now,
No, you should do yourself, though. Have a kitten delivered to SGR. You could little mini goat cat.
can you tell us the name,
A mixed
Lindsay?
breed.
Because you did text me recently, and you have a new name for a cat that I would love if you shared that with Chris.
I know. I gotta remember that name. Hold on.
Oh, well, I don't want to hear it anymore.
I have to
Must not be
I have
that
to pull
good.
it up on my phone because I kept it as a note because I thought it was such a cool name. Good Witch Wiggins.
Good Witch Wiggins.
I'm sorry. Is this a character out of the Lord of the Rings franchise or something that I don't know about?
Is it a wizard, or does it have magic powers, or what?
Is it an elf?
I was driving to Nebraska for the 4th of July to go camping, and there's a small town in Nebraska called Good Witch Wiggins. And I thought it was such a funny name for a cat.
Now,
Wow.
are
Why don't you just steal a cat from that small town in Nebraska and name it Good Witch Wiggins?
I mean, I should. It's a nice ode to that cat, I feel.
Well, not steal. Like adopt a stray cat from an alley.
I'd rather have Uber just deliver a kitten to me for free.
So, how did you find out about that Uber delivers kittens?
Because like 80,000 people posted cat stuff on my Facebook page today, and that was one of them.
Are you sure it's free? Normally, when I get an Uber, it's not free.
Maybe you have to pay for the Uber ride service?
I would think so. You're saying the cat is free.
I'm sure the whole thing's not totally free.
Well, I mean...
Well, maybe if you
don't look
belong,
good.
if you belong to the National Cat Society of American Uber Drivers, that you get a free cat.
I should start making my cats show cats and like bring
Now-
them to like cat like festivals.
Can we ask you?
Celebrate them.
Can we ask you a couple questions, Lindsay? Because we did find the top 20 ways to celebrate National Cat Day, and I
Which
think
apparently you're not doing.
so
not
far you have not crossed a single one of these off. So
I fed my cats. Yay.
So I think in the remaining couple hours you have, you should do one of these. Can I just run you past? We were going to ask you if you have done any of these, but maybe we just offer these as suggestions, Chris, of what you might want to do to celebrate National Cat Day. Can you
I'm
think
happy
about
to up my cat game in life?
can you think about writing your congressman and asking that he or she support the ban of kitten mills and gas chambers in your state?
Oh my god!
It's pretty heavy stuff right there. Yeah, it's gonna be a heavy email to write. So think about it.
Yeah, I would totally do that.
Good.
You're up for that one.
Okay, good.
Okay. Well, how about this? How about instead of just thinking about yourself and your cats, you go and you assist an ill or elderly neighbor by cleaning their cat's litter box and playing with their cat. What about that?
Wow.
How do you feel about the elderly?
I love the elderly. I can't do that now, but at the Jewish Community Center where I work, there's a lot of old people that hang out there, and they have an old person lunch every day. And I'll
They do.
ask them if they have any cats.
But you can't do that now. Are you barred from elderly people? Like right now, are you saying something's going to end, your restrictions are going to end, and then you can go back to within 50 feet?
Yeah, well, I mean, the World Series is on right now, so I can't do that.
Oh.
How about afterwards, Lindsay, giving your cat a calming massage, giving Pickles a calming massage?
I could try. I don't know what that would entail.
I think you know what.
It usually leads to
I
something.
think you know what that entails.
I mean, it sounds like you know what that entails, Kevin.
Here, pussy,
I'd be
pussy, pussy,
interested
pussy,
to know
pussy.
what you know about this.
Yeah, I give
You know.
Maybe I made a good decision in making you the godfather to one of my cats.
I give very special cat massages. Just ask Critters. He knows. He knows. And then I would encourage you, Lindsay, as well. You might want to hire a professional pet photographer and have a fun photo.
You know I want to.
You and the cat dressed up as sailor outfits, or.
She's already done
that.
that.
Yeah.
Ad, like last
Yeah.
year.
All right, actually, you know what? Don't do it. Send us the calendar that you already have created. That's what I think we should do.
How about you paint your
going to.
face and wear kitty
gonna
ears
do that.
and dress up like a cat and just play cats and cats all day?
I'm gonna do that just
For one
you
full
guys,
day, play
actually.
cats and cats.
How do these sound?
I think they sound great.
I think
I'm
she's
gonna
into
do-
it.
I'm gonna do the cat.
Is that
picture
Lindsay
for you
that's
guys. I'm gonna
purring? Is there? I hear
I
a
can't-
purring. Lindsay, are you purring?
I
Is it-
can't even tell now. She's got all her cats in the background, I think.
All right, Lindsay.
Well, happy
Can you hear me? Okay.
Happy National
We got
Cat
you. We
Day.
can hear you. Happy National Cat Day. We hope it ends well. It's what 9:20. You got a few hours left here.
Oh my gosh, I have to work on it.
We can hear you.
Pet those little guys.
The cats are just distracting, though.
Yeah.
You need to calm them down. They're,
Okay.
they're attention whores. They want to be on the air. You got
I
some
know,
theatrical
okay.
ones over there. They're going to be in musical theater. I know you love that. You're going to get them in there soon.
I love music.
Well, Lindsay, happy National Cat Day to you. Enjoy
thank
it. And tell those little guys we said hi and start on the checklist that we gave you. I think that would help.
All right. Happy National Cat Day to the two of you as well.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Bye later.
Bye, Lindsay.
Bye.
So that's our resident cat lady not celebrating. I thought if there was one person, Chris, that would be celebrating, it would be her.
I got to be honest. I'm pretty disappointed.
I know. I thought she'd be celebrating, and you know,
She's watching the World Series. Her cats are wanting attention, roaming around, screaming for help.
unbelievable. I'm very surprised, Chris. I don't see any way that we can celebrate National Cat Day if she's not celebrating National Cat Day. She was supposed to be our beacon, our guiding light, but.
Well, I'm not going to spend any money on an Uber then.
No.
To get us a
we,
cat.
we were about to order free cats, but now it's not going to happen.
Nope.
Here's what I think we could do, though, Chris. We could go into our Unsung Stories.
Attention! Kevin and Chris will now take time to honor the stories that fell through the cracks of the internet. It is time for Unsung Stories.
Honest GR. At ease, soldier.
All right, so our first story, Chris, it's another person that's trying to get famous off Thriller. There's been two other people that have had a Thriller song that's been famous. Michael Jackson and Screaming Goat Radio.
That would be three people.
We had that is true.
Because that's me and you.
Well,
There's two of us.
I consider us one whole person.
Well, yes. I mean, technically, we are as one.
I consider us one whole person. So Anthony Vincent is out there on the internet, Chris, and he has done a video where he sings in 20 distinct singing styles. A little bit of a tongue twister right there. And he did a Dark Horse Katy Perry video a while ago, 20 distinct singing styles, got that better. So now he's done one to Thriller.
You could just say, like, he sang 20 different ways.
20 distinct singing styles, Chris.
He
Try to
used
say that.
20 different voice sounds to do his singing songs.
His singing songs.
I'm just saying there are easier ways for you to say that. You
I like
don't
to
have to keep
challenge
trying
myself
to-
on the show, Chris. I don't like to just play it easy and do what's safe and expect.
Well, we're
not to challenge
live.
myself
We're
a little
live
bit.
on the show. It's our first video show, and you want to be over there doing tongue twisters and
Yeah.
red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather,
Yeah.
red leather, yellow. I actually did that pretty well.
That was pretty impressive.
I like to
actually,
challenge
yeah.
myself on the
I
show.
should have had you do this story. I
Apparently.
think this would have gone a little bit better. But so he did these singing styles, 20 different people, and
Wow, that's impressive. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, Kevin.
You
He
don't
must
wanna
be
hear- well,
stopped. He
here's-
must be stopped. Ours is the only one that can be out there other than Michael's.
here's what I think we're gonna do. Yeah, on our video show, there's no point publicizing this guy, Anthony Vincent.
Right.
I think the real stars here and the real parody we need to play is the Screaming Goat Radio parody that we did last year to celebrate the holidays. Enjoy.
Us. You know you're going to do it.
Yeah, little the dance. I'm sure your foot's tapping out there if you're listening. Oh,
I know mine is. You
little
hear that
signature.
goat?
Yeah.
Had to add a little goat feel to it.
You gotta have more goat.
Oh, yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, out there, if you're listening to this, don't fight it. If you want to get up and dance.
Other than the goats, we kept most of this unchanged so far.
And we did this music, too. We laid it down.
Yes,
too.
that's you on the bass.
This was in studio, yeah.
Heard up someday, and something sexy's lurking in the air.
Oh, that beautiful voice.
Under Chris's toupee, you'll find a head that used to have hair.
Jokes start to flow, and Kevin steals your heart before you know it.
You're just an angel on the
Such
mic.
a heartthrob.
Beautiful.
I know.
Chunks start to blow.
What?
As SGR drinks on empty stomachs, and you know you love it. Cause this is screaming.
That harmony.
Screaming Goat Radio, and no one
I can harmonize with our harmony.
Yeah.
On the mic, you know it's screaming. Screaming Goat Radio. No
It's like
goats
NSYNC
were harmed
now.
or ride in spite of Peter Screamer tonight.
So suck it, Anthony Vincent. If you're out there,
I think we should play his.
Calling
I think we
his
should
out.
play his. I'm feeling real confident now that we played ours.
Oh yeah,
We can play a small chunk. Do we have it on there?
I don't know. We could find Anthony Vincent's, but do we want to give him the publicity?
Well, hey, maybe not.
Here, let's.
If you don't want to. If we
let's
don't,
see.
I mean, if we didn't even give him the care and concern to put it on there, if we didn't give him the thought to put it on there, then maybe we shouldn't play it.
I mean, here we'll see if we can find a little bit of his cover right here. See if people out there can make up their own mind of whether this is actually better than ours or not. I like to think that we are the pioneers, other than maybe Michael Jackson, of this song. And when people hear Thriller, they think about Screaming Go Radio.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, this guy's talented. Maybe if we can give him the SGR bump, a little bit of publicity, maybe we should.
Why not? We're givers, like we said before.
He obviously copied our intro here already.
We had that same door creak.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he's got to do it in like 20 other voices, he's kind of a poser.
Well, yeah,
Be yourself. If you can't be yourself, then
Let's see. So far, it sounds just like ours. He copied it basically verbatim, right?
yeah, there's some other little synth in there. So, I mean, this is lame.
Yeah. He layered something else in there. So this is Michael Jackson.
Oh, this is Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Decent. Ours was better, though. This is the Misfits. No one listens to them anymore. Marilyn Manson.
Oh, wow. Now I'm just going to be scared.
I know.
It is Halloween, though, I guess.
Spice Girls. Stevie Wonder.
Oh, yeah. I'm starting to like him, Kevin. Stop me.
Ozzy Osbourne. All right, I'm going to stop before you like it too much there. So
I almost fell full force for him.
here's the thing, Chris. We use our voices. I think it sounded fantastic. He's got to use all these gimmicks.
It's a gimmick.
Sounding like other people.
Gimmick.
We harmonized with our voices right there. I would give the vote to us. But if anyone has any thoughts out there, obviously 818-570-5085. You want to call us. You want to argue that his was better. We'll listen to your argument, but I'm not saying we'll agree with it.
Well, speak for yourself. I can't even guarantee I'm going to listen to it.
Okay.
Because I already know that it doesn't hold any water.
Screaming Goat Radio.
No water.
Michael Jackson, Anthony Vincent. If you're ranking the top 3 Thriller songs, I think that's your order right there.
If you're being objective.
Totally objective.
Totally objective.
We're
that's
one.
what you're going to do.
We're one.
I don't know, other than us, who can be totally objective out there.
No.
I feel like everyone is subjective to a point.
We're not,
but
though.
us.
That's what we pride ourselves on. So
Yeah.
us, Michael
How else
Jackson,
can we
Anthony
be the
Vincent.
top journalists on the internet, radio, live streaming,
true.
video, podcast?
We have an obligation.
World.
We have an obligation, and that's a long business card that we
That
have
is.
too. We have business cards. It's like a giant check.
Cost us all our
With all that
money
on there.
to
I know.
get those huge business cards.
Yeah, just that in our outfits now. We are totally broke.
That sucks. Oh, well, Kevin, now I think you've depressed me.
Yeah?
You've brought us back to how broke we are, so I need to drink, which brings us to our next unsung story.
Attention!
I found this little story here, Kevin, and it's not even really like it's a story. It's more just a good little idea of something that you can do that's Halloween-based,
good little ideas.
Halloween-themed.
Yeah.
And I figured it might be up your alley because, for those of you that don't know, Kevin personally messaged me something, and that's why you don't know it. And it was a picture, and it's not the kind of picture that you're thinking. Kevin has sent those before,
Yes.
but that's not what he did this time.
Okay.
This time, you sent me a picture of some carved pumpkins,
Yes.
which
This
they
is
were
true.
done very, very well.
I'm a fan
That was
Thank
some
you.
good work, I gotta say.
I'm a fan of the pumpkin carving. I'm a fan of the whole holiday season.
Yeah.
Not to sidetrack us too much, I was in Target today, and they were already putting up Christmas decorations. I mean, Halloween's body is not even cold. They're already putting
They're
them
putting
up.
up Christmas
Christmas decorations.
in Target? In Target?
Yes. Because I am a fan of carving pumpkins, celebrating Halloween.
How dare you,
already putting
Target?
up
How
Christmas.
dare you, sir?
But yes, I did say, or I did send
That's
that.
ridiculous.
I did send that picture to you.
We haven't even gone through Halloween, let alone Thanksgiving. Isn't there another holiday
I think
in
I mean,
between?
I feel like you've got to wait until after Thanksgiving's done before, like, I wouldn't even be purchasing Christmas stuff or thinking about Christmas until after Thanksgiving. And Target is already putting up Christmas stuff.
Wow.
So anyway,
that seems a little absurd.
Hopefully that shows you how passionate I am about Halloween. And yes, I did send you.
You were at Target shopping for Christmas lights. That shows how passionate you are about the holidays.
I've got Christmas decorations all over my place. But yes, pumpkin carving, very passionate.
Why
about
were
that.
you in the Christmas section? Who knows? So this little story here is a how-to, Kevin. It's a how-to make a keg from your pumpkin.
I like this. I'd like to hear this. I might try this. ...
And throw the best party of all time.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Because apparently, if you have a pumpkin keg, it's going to be the best party.
Automatically.
Automatically.
Yeah, even if you're studying for the GMATs, if you have
Yes.
a pumpkin keg, if you carve it, people will come, I think is really what this story is about.
That should have been the slogan. That should have been the title of this story.
Would have been a good idea.
So basically, all you got to do is carve a hole in the top and get all that crap out of there.
Okay.
You gotta get all that out of there.
Write this down.
Okay, this is
Carve hole
really
in top.
difficult,
Get
rocket
crap
science
out.
type stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so all the seeds, everything, you carve it out. You got to get some space in there, Kevin, because see, what you're going to do is you're going to put alcohol in there.
Now we're
You're
talking.
going to fill it. You see
I
what
like
I'm
this,
saying?
okay.
See what I'm saying?
I'm following what you're saying, yeah.
So you get all that out. And then you got to put a little hole in the bottom.
For you to...
Don't, Kevin, don't. Okay, I know you're a
I didn't
huge
tell
fan of
them
the
about-
American Pie series, okay?
I didn't tell them about the pictures you've sent me before.
Oh,
so,
here we go.
yeah.
Put me on blast. No such pictures, okay?
Studying for the GMATs. with your pumpkin with the hole in it.
Not all of us have a girlfriend, okay, Kevin? Some of us have to manage
Let's hear about you making this keg. I want
Manage.
I want to hear where this
in
goes.
other ways. So back to the pumpkin, okay? You just like you were to put a little hole in the wall so that you can then, hammer a nail in there, something like that. You got to just carve a little bit of a hole in there,
Okay.
and then you got to basically just shove a spigot in there.
Okay, I couldn't
You
tell
got
what
to
you're doing
shove
with
a
your
spigot
hand.
in there.
All right.
I'm shoving a spigot in there, Kevin.
Okay.
Okay, you get to get that spigot in there because the spigot is the thing that has the little thing on the end that you just, like for coffee
Sure.
machines and stuff, you just pull down and it comes out. You get that spigot in there. You got to put a washer on the other side. There's a couple of other little details to make sure that you secure it, right? But I'm not going to go into those. The main idea is
Most
that you
important
get
part of
that
the-
spigot in there. Okay? And then you got to elevate it, obviously. You can't just set it on the table because then you can't get a glass under there
Sure.
to get the alcohol to come out to go in your glass. So you got to elevate your pumpkin like you're putting your feet up.
Okay.
Like you're putting up a shrine to your favorite hockey player.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
got to elevate it. Once you got that elevated, you get a cold beer glass out of your freezer, and then you go over to it.
I like how you skip the other steps, but the getting a glass to
Yeah.
to fill up the glass.
Yeah.
This is an important part of the how-to.
Oh, did you
list.
want me to say that you got to pour the beer in there and put the top of the lantern on?
I mean, I feel like if you're talking about getting glasses, I feel like that would have been as appropriate to talk about.
Well, yeah, you're ready to just open
Get a
the
glass,
spigot up.
fill the glass up. Can I guess what the last step is?
What is the last step?
Drink it.
Drink it, Kevin.
Okay. Wow.
Drink it. But don't just drink it like you normally drink Pepsi. Coke, whatever. Well, you drink sparkling water.
I do,
Like
yeah,
your sparkling water. You can't just sip on it with your pinky up like you drink your sparkling water. You got to drink it like a man, like you're on Halloween or Christmas already drinking your beer. You can fill it with eggnog if you want. If you're already prepping for Christmas, you got your lights up, fill it with eggnog. I don't care.
I think we've stumbled onto an idea. I don't know if it's a book or if it's an audio guide, but I think we need some sort of audio book or whatever about Chris telling you how to do the easiest things. Chris giving you a how-to guide on showering, like open the shower door, turn the shower on.
You'd be surprised
Step inside the shower.
of the kind of shit that people don't know how to do.
Let the water hit you. Put shampoo in your
Grab
hand.
the soap,
Yeah.
put it on your body, rub it around.
I think we need to do this. I think it's either a book, maybe a coffee table book, or it's an audio book of you just doing a survival guide, how to.
Well, if you think this is
How to eat food. Open up the wrapper. Put it in your mouth. Chew.
If you think this is our moneymaker, I mean, do you think it would make more sense to take it outside like that or just to make it a regular thing on this show? I mean, this show would blow up if I were to do this on a weekly basis, Kevin.
So I'm not even here anymore. We scrapped the show, and it's you just doing 6 how-tos.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Bob Ross painting type show where I'm just kind of teaching, like, yeah, you just make a happy little pumpkin and you pour, etc. In fact, yeah.
How to get rid of your co-host.
I got it. You know what? Yeah, let's move on to the next one because I already have plans.
We'll have to do the how to get rid of your co-host. Will be the first one that we'll do.
That's the easiest one of them all, Kevin.
All right. Our next story here on our Unsung Stories here on Screaming Go Radio.
Attention!
So this is a heartbreaking story for me, Chris, because it's taking something for kids and bastardizing it here a little bit. So Pennsylvania police arrested a suspect who broke in to steal something, and I will get into what they stole here in a second.
And they took his father from him.
They did not. Not literally bastardizing somebody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, but the outfit that they were in when they did this, they were dressed as a yellow Teletubby, which, if you know your Teletubby, I don't know, trivia is the right word?
I'm not sure I do.
Do you know the name of the yellow Teletubby?
I'm hoping you'll tell me.
I've done a little research. Our crack research team. It's Lala, of course. Of course, everybody knows it's Lala.
Lala.
This person was
the
dressed,
yellow Teletubby.
It was dressed as Lala, the yellow Teletubby. Broke in, and you would think on the surface, all right, it's a decent idea. You got a decent costume on. You're going to steal some jewelry. Maybe you get a flat screen. This person dressed as Lala, the yellow Teletubby, breaks in, and they stole Chinese food. So they had a man purse with them. They go in, and there was Chinese food in the apartment.
Was the man purse part of the? Does Lala carry a man purse?
That's the problem I have with this. You've got to have some respect for the integrity of the outfit. Lala is not known as a Teletubby. I did some digging here.
Again, the crack research team
Yes.
of you.
Lala is not known for carrying a man purse. So no respect for Lala's character integrity. Breaking into this house.
Clearly, we have respect for our character integrities.
Exactly, yeah.
Clearly.
Yes, the character of Kevin and the character of Chris.
Of retired
Oh,
Popeye.
you mean- well,
I am a retired Popeye.
Okay, I have no idea what my character is, so
You
I
will
need
speak
to
to me with some respect,
Sorry.
sir.
I'll start respecting you now.
Or whatever he's
I
like.
do. Was that
Is that what he does? I don't know. I'm getting old. He's
That's
getting
close.
old.
That's close.
Your eye's getting old.
so?
So he broke in to get some Chinese food.
He broke in to get some Chinese food. He took the
That's-
Chinese food, dumped it
that's
in
valuable.
his man bag, and then he took off. Was later found by police. Got to be one of the stupidest crimes out there. I wonder if when he went to choose, like if he had a choice of all 4 Teletubbies, if he went for Lala or if
He went for the brightest one because that's what I would choose to break into a home is the brightest yellow outfit I could find.
Do you know any of the other names of the Teletubbies?
I'm sure it's Lala, Fala, Dala, Smala,
It's very close.
Shotkala, Brala, who be dippins in the bins with the spoilers.
Yes, they actually got all the names from Tupac rap songs. So here,
No, I don't know.
Here are the names, and again, I'll credit our crack research staff: Tinky Winky,
I was pretty close.
You-
Tinky Winky,
Dipsy,
Dipsy.
Lala,
Okay.
and of course, I don't know if it's Poe or P-O, Poe.
Well, it can't be Pooh. Kevin.
It's Poe. Just Poe the Teletubby.
They would need another O. How would that be Pooh?
They've all got some long, interesting names. It's just Poe. I
The
guess.
only thing it could be is if it's like Vietnamese and it's like Puh.
Yeah, see? We'll have to get on that and see. But I'm concerned now of what's next for the story. Like, all of a sudden, are we going to be reading about, Teddy Ruxpin crimes, like, Teddy Ruxpin rapist, or like what else are people going to do to bastardize these childhood characters that people love and know, Chris?
Or are they going to all just form a team? The Teletubbies, or each one is going to get their own character, and they're going to start committing major crimes.
I like this. Yeah. We'll have to see. We'll have to follow this story. We'll stay on this. You will get all your breaking information about Teletubby crimes right here on Screaming Go Radio.
Major meaning stealing Chinese food.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Exactly.
Well, hey, this person was arrested too in our next Unsung.
Attention!
Look at that transition. Oh, the fist pump.
I've never transitioned so well in my life. Kevin, I don't know why I ended up with all of the alcohol-related ones. I don't know if you're trying to tell me something.
Total coincidence.
If you're trying to have a very, very on-air, subtle intervention with me.
If that was the case, I would bring back our marriage and family therapist, Sarah.
Sarah,
yes.
You didn't list her as well.
You would see her sitting in one of these seats, or she would burst through that door.
I don't see any seats.
Well, yeah,
What are you
so
talking
she's
about?
not here then. So there's no intervention happening.
So she can't sit here. That's the thing.
Well,
Is that why she's not here? Otherwise, she would be here. We don't have any seats.
She could stand, or she'd have to kneel, possibly kneel at the throne of Screaming Go Radio. I don't know. Hopefully, she's not listening.
Yeah, please. Can we edit that out? No,
Yeah.
we can't. Damn it, we're live.
It's a live show.
Shoot. Well, Kevin, like I said, this person being Catherine Butler of Gates, New York, apparently, I think she had a little confusion with the concept of Halloween
Okay.
and the concept of realism.
Okay.
Realism versus fantasy. She was arrested twice in 3 hours, both times for DWI.
All right.
Okay, but the first time she was arrested as a zombie.
Okay.
Then 3 hours later, she was arrested as herself. And I'm wondering if she thinks that it's either two different people.
You think she thinks she got two different, like the zombie got a DUI and
Yes,
she got a DUI.
and so then she's like, I'm good to drive. I'm good to drive now. The zombie's gone.
Pretty irresponsible zombie for getting behind the wheel like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Zombie's gone. I'm good to drive. I get pulled over. I get like what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The first time she got pulled over was a .11. She decides she's going to drive again 2 hours later.
That was when the zombie got pulled
That
over.
was the zombie.
Okay.
That was the zombie. I apologize. Yes, I got to keep.
I don't
these
want you
things clear.
dragging her name through the muck here.
No, you don't even know the zombie's name.
Yeah.
The second time was a .09, right? Both are clearly over the limit. But I'm just like, one, even if you don't understand the difference between real and fake, okay, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, don't the cops bring you back to a holding cell? Wouldn't they bring the zombie back anyway?
Apparently, in New York, they brought the zombie to the station, and then a friend, I don't know whether the friend was zombie or not.
A friend of the zombie
friend of the zombie.
Okay.
Picked her up.
Okay. Picked them both up.
And was able to take off. Okay? So they didn't hold her. They didn't put her in a drunk tank. They didn't do anything. They basically just grabbed her, arrested her, took her to the station. A friend picked her up. 2 hours later, free of the zombie, she's back on the road, gets arrested again, and it just so happens that those are actually her third and fourth times because she was arrested 2 other times, once in 2006 and once in 2011, both as herself.
Well, see, I'm a little disappointed.
Sans zombie.
I'm a little disappointed with her and the zombie, but for different reasons, you know?
Why don't you tell me about it?
I'm a little disappointed that she, as a friend, allowed the zombie to drive for the first DUI, and then the zombie allowed her to drive for the second DUI.
Neither one of them took the keys from either one of them.
Take the keys away and drive yourself, because I bet when the zombie was drunk, she might have been sober. She could have taken the keys away, driven the zombie home, and then the zombie could have returned the favor.
Exactly. She got home.
Not a good friend.
She could have got home. The zombie would have sobered up. She could have had some drinks. Zombie could have driven
some
her.
zombie pizza or something like that.
A lot of carbs in there. Just a lot of carbs. I know about carbs with this thing.
Pound some zombie pizza and then give her a ride home.
I hear you, Kevin.
It's not a story about friendship,
sad
Chris.
Story for Catherine.
It's not a story about friendship.
It's gonna be a bad Halloween for her.
It's not gonna be a good one.
She's gonna be playing a whole different character in prison.
Yes, I just hope that Hugh Hefner 40 years ago does not get a DUI today, and I also hope that Old Man Popeye does not get a DUI. But I know they won't. You want to know why? because Kevin and Chris will step in and take the
We're
keys
gonna
away.
step in.
And take the keys away.
Yes. I'm drinking water.
Water for both of us. Should we get to we've got about, 10 minutes left or so on the show. Should we get into our super weird things
Let's
that
do
you
it.
didn't know about Halloween here?
Yeah,
on
we got to crush some of
our
these.
Halloween edition.
We got to crush some of these.
Are we looking up or down? Is it landing or is it taking off?
I don't know. You go up. Oh, you go down. I'll go up.
We never. One of these days, we got to figure that out if that plane is landing or taking off on our list off here.
I think it adds mystique to our show, and
that we don't even know.
listeners want to know.
Yeah, actually, and I'd like to know too. I think everybody wants to know.
Yeah, but then you can make your own judgments about it. You
Whoa.
can bring your own conclusions
That's
to
deep
it.
stuff.
Kevin.
I like that. Okay, all right. No,
Yeah,
you're right.
It's just like the ending of that
That
monster
show on the TV.
The
Oh,
show
yeah.
on the TV. What
Yeah.
is that called?
Yeah.
I kind of don't remember.
Oh, Sopranos.
Sopranos.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I like the comparison of our first video show to Sopranos.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you for finishing that off for me.
You're
we work
welcome.
well as a team.
We do. Yeah.
I might take back the fact that I'm trying to have my own show.
We'll see how it goes. We still got
we'll
5
see.
minutes left.
All right, so this is the 8 super weird things that you don't know about Halloween. We're probably not going to get to all of them.
Yeah.
But the first one, number 1, did you know, Kevin and all you people out there, that originally you had to dance for your treat? I'm a fan of this, and I
Yeah.
would have been killing it back then. I would have had the most candy out of any kid ever.
It'd be like that scene from, was it Miracle on 34th Street, or what was the scene they were in?
I don't watch any of those stupid movies.
Oh, you don't watch any of the classic?
I'm just kidding. I have. I've probably seen the one where you shoot your eye out, the BB gun one.
Oh yeah, well
and
that was
Red
the
Rifle,
Christmas Story. That's
Christmas Story,
fantastic.
yeah.
What was the one where they were walking into the courtroom, I think, and then bringing just sacks and sacks of letters? Was that Miracle on 34th Street?
Halloween?
What?
Halloween?
Christmas Story.
Oh,
Not
Nightmare on
Christmas
Elm
Story,
Street?
but forget it. Anyway, you. What I'm trying to say is they would be
Yes.
bringing you sacks and sacks and sacks. You'd have sacks of candy because you would love that. You would love
Yeah.
dancing for your treat.
Yeah.
I know you've danced for your treats before on a couple
I've danced
occasions.
for many a treat.
Yes.
Sometimes called money. But anyway, just real quick, most experts trace this back, trick-or-treating back, to the practice of mumming in Europe, mumming or guising, in which costume-wearing participants would go door to door and perform choreographed dances, songs, and plays in exchange for the treats. And then it cropped up in America, and it actually take place on Thanksgiving.
That's a slippery slope. I do wonder how many strippers started as just dancing for their treats back in the day
Yeah.
and transitioned into a different career.
Just, made their expanded their horizons a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, I think.
All right.
All right. So our next story here on our 8 super weird things you didn't know about Halloween here on Screaming Goat Radio is that Halloween is more Irish than St. Paddy's Day.
Oh, really?
Let me read this here. So Halloween's origins come from a Celtic festival for the dead, and they believe that ghosts of the dead roam the earth on this holiday. People would dress up in costumes and leave treats out front of their doors to appease the roaming spirits. They were not solely based in Ireland when the custom started taking shape around the 1st century BC. The Irish Celts were one who invented the jack-o'-lantern. This Halloween prototype was eventually disrupted and adapted by Christian missionaries into celebrations closer to what we celebrate today. So, Halloween more Irish than St. Paddy's Day, Chris.
Sucks for St. Paddy's Day.
I know, yeah.
I'm never gonna celebrate that the same way again.
No,
I get all greened out and everything. I just this is
No longer.
That is the Irish holiday.
Yeah.
That's you just
That's
told
it.
me that there was no Santa Claus.
Yeah. Chris, we have a call coming. We've got a couple more minutes. Let's see who this is here on
All right,
Screaming
fine.
Goat Radio. Screaming Goat Radio, you are on the air.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about the Irish and the whole Halloween Irish thing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
figured you couldn't talk about the Irish on Halloween without an appearance from Patio Pinion.
Oh, Patio Opinion checking in here on Screaming Goat Radio's first video edition. Patio, what do you got to say?
Just
here,
in the
bud?
nick of time here,
Yeah.
too, Patty.
Right under the gun.
Look, I know that you guys are coming up on time, so I'm going to make this quick. I do have an opinion about Halloween, and you guys talking about the Irish made me, the actual origins of Halloween really got me thinking about it. Everybody's been bitching about the whole sexy costume thing, right? That's like the thing that in the past few years, everybody's like, oh my God, how can you have, starts off with sexy
Not me
witch and then
personally,
sexy vampire. And now it's like sexy bacon or sexy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And everybody's complaining about that. I need to weigh in with my opinion in regards to the sexy costume.
Please.
First of all, Everybody who's talking about how awesome the sexy costumes, oh my God, look at them there. They're showing too much skin and their boobs are spelling out. You can see their butts. Shut up. We love the sexy costumes. I am male. I am man. I like people who wear sexy costumes. I like to look at the people wearing the sexy costumes. Let them have their sexy costumes. However, as you pointed out, Halloween comes from an old Celtic tradition because Halloween happens at the change between seasons where the barriers between the real world and the spirit world are very, very thin. So the demon monster spirits are crossing over and hanging out in the real world. That's why we dress up. We dress up so that the demons and goblins and monsters will look at us and say, oh, that's not a human. That's a demon or a monster or a goblin. I'm not going to bother them. You don't dress up in sexy outfits on Halloween because the demons and monsters will look at you and say, hey, I want to put my penis in that. No, I do not want the demons and spirits and monsters coming and putting their penises in my women. However, since we do like
Not done, Chris.
these sexy costumes, I think we need to have a separate holiday where they can just wear sexy costumes. Let's call it Horrorween or Slutoween or something like that.
That's not bad.
Can we
Slutoween?
have an extra holiday?
Keep your kids inside, Chris.
Yeah, is there candy involved in that one too, or no?
There's a lot of treats involved, I got a feeling.
Yeah, that one's going to involve candy, and it's going to involve Bambi, and it's going to involve Tiffany, and it's going to involve all of them. All of the slutty women who like to wear sexy costumes, they will have their own separate holiday called Slutoween. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and nail down a date for it right now. The third Wednesday of every month is Slutoween.
Third Wednesday, do you go around and just pass out condoms, I guess, in your bag? Or are we doing away with everything that has to do with Halloween?
I'd love to know the traditions of Slutoween.
Yeah, I just want to know more about the traditions.
Yeah.
The traditions of Slutoween are very, very easy. You've got women with daddy issues who need attention from men, so they put on skimpy costumes and we look at them. That's the best tradition ever.
It's a holiday for women with daddy issues.
Yeah, that's not just the third Wednesday of every month. That's a lot. There are a lot of girls out there with daddy issues
about
celebrating Slutoween frequently.
That's true. What about men with mommy issues? Can I dress up on that day as well and go get some attention as well?
Hey, you know what? We're a progressive society. You guys are a progressive radio show. If guys want to dress up for Slutoween as well, I've got no problem with that.
Okay.
I like this. Patty, we are on board. We are firmly on board of the Slutoween here. We'll have to follow up on this. We'll have to make this happen.
I think we should.
Patty O, thank you so much for checking in here on our very first video edition and offering some stuff that I think all of us can take from this show and think about and hopefully put into place.
I think so, too.
I think we can get behind this idea of Slutoween. I think we can get behind Slutoween and just stare at it.
I like that. Well, Patty O, thanks so much for checking into the show here. Always entertaining, always with some good info for us. So thanks so much.
Happy Halloween, gentlemen.
Happy Halloween.
See you, Patty.
I like that, Chris. I like the Slutoween. There are a lot of people in LA that are celebrating that a lot. We just need to formalize it, I feel like.
They celebrate every Friday, Saturday night out at the Hollywood clubs. It looks like Slutoween, to be honest.
Yeah. So for everyone listening out there, enjoy Halloween.
Yeah.
Feel free, if you like Patio's idea, celebrate Slutoween on your own.
Yeah,
maybe.
and tweet us some pictures, send some pictures to our
catches on.
Facebook.
Yeah, just for research, for us to get a nice collage of the
we
listeners.
need to take all of that to the government to get this holiday official.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're
It's
just
like
gonna-
signatures on a sheet, If we take all these pictures to the government, maybe we can make this happen.
Yeah, it's a petition.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not sure if we'll get through more of our bizarre Halloween things you didn't know, Chris, but hopefully you enjoyed those too. And we created a fantastic new tradition on Screaming Goat Radio thanks to Patio Opinion. So a lot of great stuff here on our first ever video show. Thank you so much for watching.
We can do some next week, maybe.
We can do some next week.
See if people know these things after Halloween.
Yes, and thank you for listening again. All this will be available. If you did not catch it live, you can catch it on iTunes or on the LA Talk Radio site. But thank you out there for watching our very first video edition of Screaming Goat Radio. We will see you guys next week.
See ya!
You're listening to Screaming Goat Radio with Kevin and Chris, right here on LA Talk Radio.